Hi guys, well, this is a weird video. First of its type. I'm just gonna be playing games and talking about my life, basically. Um, yeah, not too exciting. And yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, we're again waiting for everybody. What story should I tell? It's a funny story. Funny story. Or maybe not funny story, maybe a scary story that you guys would think is funny because, you know, you enjoy my suffering. I need to run. Oh, that was not a good start. So, what's a good story I have? I could tell a funny story. So, when I was in a speech. Oh yeah, I can tell speech stories. So, I was in a speech and debate club before, everything happened. Yeesh. And during this speech and debate club, I was in a practice tournament because they do those things when you're in a practice tournament. So I had a friend, and when you have a friend, god dang it, when you have a friend, you talk to your friend. So my friend and I were talking. I said, "Hey, you remember? I think it was the Star game I played, Kingdom Rush." And he's like, "Yeah, you mean the thing you?" No, I said Civilization. He said, "You mean the thing you talk about when you aren't talking about Minecraft?" And at the time, I was always talk. Well, that was clutch. I always talked about Minecraft because, I was like 13 years old, and that was all that my life was Minecraft. So where was I? Oh, yes, I was talking about this time. So and my dad was sitting here, and for a while later, my dad just remembered that friend as the friend who said that, and it was a kind of funny story. What's another funny speech and debate story? This is gonna be a fun one. Oh, yes, okay, so during the speech and debate, there are these very fun speeches called duos, where they're basically a two-man play. You have no props and stuff. But I had a friend, and we were doing a duo together because, and the duo was hilarious. I'm just gonna say, it's not supposed to be a comment. You adapt the book, I forgot to mention that, but it wasn't supposed to be a comedy, but it was a comedy because, let me just say, it was funny. It was, like, really funny. So the problem is, when you're acting and you're funny, you end up laughing. So my friend and I were trying to stay straight-faced in front of these judges, and we're being ridiculous and embarrassing ourselves. So we're sitting there, and I mispronounced my line, right? Because, I'm a horrible speaker or something. And I mispronounced my line, and my friend who were struggling to hold everything in, just couldn't hold it anymore. And, we ended up bursting out laughing in front of the judges. So that was pretty embarrassing. And we did not do the duo at the next tournament. I did it with someone else. And we made it a lot less funny, but still funny. And the friend who I did with originally, he actually was watching it. So he's like watching me, and he's laughing because he remembered that time where we did it before, and he was just yeah, it was hilarious. So in our funny story, what's in our funny story from my speech and debate times? What's a good funny one? And of course I'm doing speed this game because this game is, there's literally nothing. But okay, so there's the debate, and it's called LD debate, and we're debating about preventive war. Now, I'm gonna tell you, LD debate, you're valuing morals, you're valuing values, but you're using logic. It literally matters not anything as long as you're using logic. If you are good at LD debate, you can convince anyone of anything. But the thing is, you're supposed to sound professional. So we were talking about preventive war because that's the subject, and this was embarrassing, by the way, being the self that I am, forgot a guy's name. And because it was a Middle Eastern guy, I couldn't remember his name, no offense. I just am bad at remembering names, even of people from my own country. So I'm trying to remember this guy's name, and I can't just stand up there awkwardly to because that takes away speaker points. So I'm standing there, and I'm trying to remember the guy's name, and I just can't for the life of me. So I say, that guy. Right, I'm like, so that guy, he like bombed this people, and we killed him because I was doing a speech and debate, and I had to bring up the story with some evidence, and I was good. I was like, yeah, we killed this guy, we stopped him from killing more people, yada yada. Well, you also have to be able to debate both sides. So even if you don't believe something, you have to debate both sides of the spectrum because it's debate. That's the point. And I hate this game. So yeah, I end up embarrassing myself in the first tournament pretty bad, pretty heavily. It was embarrassing. Yeah, I don't think that was not exciting. But yeah, in the same debate, I also brought up my Nerf guns because I'm an idiot, and in Minecraft, the Nerf guns, and yeah, I lost that debate. I did do well in the, okay, so, basically how this works is, this thingy works, is you're debating, right? And that you place. So if you get, I think it's 12th place or over, because there's hundreds of kids, you go on to the next tournament. So I did not make it for that one, and I was very sad. But I did another one, and let's just say I did very well, right? Now the thing is, I did super well. I was in like I think 12th, 11th place. And I don't remember, like the top 20 or something make it on, and that doesn't sound impressive unless you're in this thing and realize, gosh darn it, that is hard. So I placed high, and it was just amazing. And honestly, it was mostly because my friend, who the same one that I did the duo with, he and I worked together on our evidence and stuff for debate, because that's what we did. That's what you do. So we teamed up and worked on evidence, and I honestly think my friend deserved some sort of medal for me making it, because I mean, that guy, he is just a hard worker. Honestly, I have amazing friends. But anyways, yeah. So another funny story. So when you go, you have you either bring your own food or you eat the food they give you, and like the food they give you is really good, but you have to pay for it, right? So I really wanted some of the food that they had, but the thing is, it costs money. You have to pay beforehand. But the thing is, people would leave so much food, and it was going to go to waste. And you know me, or actually you don't know me, but if you knew me in real life, if you're one of my friends in real life, you know that I absolutely enjoy food to the fullest of my ability, and yeah. Ooh, yeesh. And I love food. It's just something I like. Wait, where was I? Oh yeah, okay, sorry, I had a right there. So the lady was like, hey, do you want some of this food? And I was like, yeah, I'll eat food. I love food. What are you talking about? So yeah, I ended up eating all the leftovers every time, and that was fun. But at the second tournament, the one where I actually broke, but unfortunately we never got to go to the tournament because things happened. The one where I broke, which basically means go on to the next tournament, that one, oh god dang, focus, parkour, that was... I hate that guy. Okay, so the one where I was going on to the next tournament, right? That one. Basically what happened, is... Now, yeah, so they had the free food as well. So they had donuts. And you don't understand this, but for me, donuts are like manna from heaven, because I'm not usually allowed to eat donuts. So yeah, I had a lot of those, and I ended up getting really fat. I'm just kidding, but I did have a bad stomach ache. And if you think that's funny, I'm sorry. It's not really funny, and it hurts, but, you know, you guys probably... I'm gonna die if I fall. I think that's hilarious, and, you know, let me talk more about when I got bad stomach aches, you know what? Oh, let's go, clutch. Okay, so, another, come on, there's gotta be more stories of this. There's gotta be more stories. I can, oh yes, so there's this, that didn't happen. So, another funny story. This one's not exactly speech and debate, but I do lots of these sort of things, and honestly, it's just a funny story, all in all. So, yeah, I need to start referencing on my friends with some made-up names. Okay, so I was in this thing, it was called First Lego League. You might have heard of it. It's kind of, what the heck, there's holes in this one. It's kind of a large thing. So I was in First Lego League. What happens is you build robots and stuff. So I had a team, and this actually competed with, like, not competed, but the time was around the same time as my thing, so that was a problem because I'm trying to do both at once. We figured it out because I didn't break out the first tournament. It was fine. I just left. Don't tell it that the lady in charge, because honestly, I mean, she's no longer in charge. So yay! But you're not supposed to leave until a tournament's done for some silly reason. So, anyways, I was at the Lego League tournament because that's what you do. You go to a tournament, and I had a friend. Let's call him Haunted Hero, because that's his YouTube channel name. So we have Haunted Hero, me, and a bunch of other nerdy kids. And you kidding? So we had Haunted Hero, me, and a bunch of our nerdy kids there. So one of these nerdy kids, we'll call him David from David and Goliath. We'll call him David, yeah. So we're calling King David. So King David, because I'm not gonna use real names. So King David, he was he was one of us. But he wasn't my friend beforehand, so I mean, I didn't get along with King David. I honestly think he kind of thought I was a cool person, but I didn't get along with King David. That sounds weird. So anyways, King David and I, weren't the best friends, you know. No offense to him, he's probably a cool kid and all. I just found him really annoying, and I don't know why, I just did. Probably because he didn't listen to me. So anyways, I had me and King David, and so King David was around my age. He's a little young. I was the oldest one there, because I'm also always the oldest one places. Jeez Louise, purple polka dot guy, can you cut it out? You're teleporting. So King David is with, I get there late, but so they just get off a bus, right? Because that's what you do. You get off a bus and I messed that up bad. You get off a bus because you have to take buses places. So anyways, they got off the bus, and they were really upset because I missed it, and you know, because I was all the way down in a different state, and so I got off the bus and they're like sad that I missed it, because you know, I'm a pretty amazing guy, and you know, yeah, so I'm pretty amazing, and they needed me, so they were sad that I wasn't there. But King David, while he was on the bus, he sat next to this, I think she was an Asian girl, I don't know. I don't know much about her, and he just kept going over next to her, and it was really funny because, like, we were all laughing at him. I'm sorry, King David, if you're listening to this. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't watch my channel, but King David, we were all laughing at King David because, you know, that's what teenage boys do when someone else has a crush on somebody, and so me and Haunted were laughing at him because that's what we do, and Haunted's brother Die Hard, and my brother, you know, so Regnats, we were laughing at him, and we had another friend, I'll call him, Pope. We're just gonna call him Pope because he's a very Christian guy, and so Pope, he's like, that's all nice, guys, but we were like, we don't care, and Pope is a good friend of mine. I'm just calling him Pope. If you're watching this, I know you're not a Pope. I'm just using stereotypical names. I'm sorry. So Pope is a good friend of mine. Actually, yeah, let's call him Pope because Popes have flaws, and he's a very humble guy and wouldn't like if I made him an angel or something. So because, I don't know, he just doesn't like that stuff. I would love that if someone called me an angel. But, so anyways, Pope was like, that's not very nice, but we didn't care because we thought it was hilarious, and we were like 13-year-old boys. That's what 13-year-old boys do. They laugh at people. Okay, this was last year, so I was actually, I was like 13 when this was happening. So anyways, we laughed at the kid because we were bad people, but he didn't know, so it was all cool. But we were waiting in line, and King David, you know, we'll call her the girl King David liked, because I'm lazy. I don't know her actual name. So King David's the girl we liked. She was also waiting in line with her team, because that's what you do when you're trying to practice. You wait in line. So we were just about to go up from the line, and King David, he's like, hey, you guys can cut in front of us, and we were so annoyed. It was just funny, honestly. But yeah, it was a fun experience. I didn't enjoy it at the time, but looking back, it's kind of funny. And I kind of enjoy the memories. You know, funny memories. Ha 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 ha. There's other funny things I could probably tell, but I think I'll wrap it up with that, guys. And I hope you enjoyed me talking about random things. If you like this type of video, please tell me. I will make sure to make more. Also, can you please remember to like, subscribe, and all that snazzy jazzy stuff. Bye!